Am I working? Well, yeah. This is part of my work. One more moment. All right. I'm sorry for all the interruptions, guys. Okay. We're here. We're ready. What's new, Chris? You've been online a lot recently, Chris. I've gotten so many notifications about your streams, but I'm always busy whenever you're on. Follow you? What do you mean follow you? You mean follow you on HelloTalk? I can't right now. I can't do anything when I'm on my computer. I can't follow anybody or anything like that when I'm on my computer. Unfortunately. It's one of the limitations of doing a live stream on the computer. I thought I did already follow you, Flavia. I thought. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know what these dogs are barking at so much. Makes me nervous. Ah, I'm sorry. I have to see what's going on with the dogs. Okay, jump up. Come on. Get up here. Come on. All right. You want to come on stage to do what? Do you want to ask me a question? I do need to teach my methods, though. Where is my... There's my book. Well, Soha, I'll tell you what. Let me teach some of my methods first. Okay, let me teach some of my methods first. That's why I have to. The point of my stream today was to teach some of my methods, and then maybe I'll invite you on stage and we can talk a little bit. Okay. All right. So we're gonna start into which method? Let's see. Okay, so many people ask me, why don't all natives speak well, right? So many times you watch TV or you watch YouTube or TikTok and you see native speakers speaking in a way that you don't understand. And sometimes that's because they speak fast, and sometimes that's because they use a lot of slang, and sometimes it's because their grammar is really poor, and sometimes it's because of all three. So why does that happen? You know, if you're a native speaker, then why isn't your language really good? right? Why isn't your English really good if you're a native speaker? What do you think? What do you think, guys? Because you're not used to it, okay? But my question is, why don't all native speakers of English from the United States, why don't they all speak well? Guys, hello, hi, I'm busy teaching right now. Can I please teach Hafid? Do you not hear me speaking? I'm not, I'm very social. I'm very social. But I'm a teacher and I'm trying to teach right now. So please, listen. Okay? It's not all about you. Okay, now I have some good answers. Warrior of God said because they're more comfortable with it. That's kind of true. And Kira says because they speak English every day. That's part of it also. So why are native speakers not all great? Because language is something that we use the language that's needed in our life, right? So, depending on what you do, depending on where you live, depending on how you spend your time, that is going to determine what kind of English you have. So, if you live in the neighborhood of Harvard University and you're around people who study all the time and learn all the time, maybe you have great English and you are very, very careful about your language. But if you live in a place where nobody really cares about the language or the grammar or anything, you know, and they're not, there's no standard of language to hold to, right? You can use whatever language you want. And as a matter of fact, speaking perfect language is sometimes considered it's sometimes considered kind of uncool, right? Why is it considered uncool? It's considered uncool because it's the standard, right? Coolness often is something that goes against the standard. So that's why we create slang, right? Slang is a way to be countercultural. It's a way to go against the cultural standard of language, okay? So what that means is everyone in every country has a different level of language. This is not only true for English, this is true for every language in every country. Okay? If you work in a factory where all you do is put together parts all day, language is not that important to your job, then probably your language is not that great. Why? Because it doesn't need to be. Language meets the situation of your life, right? Whatever your life situation is, that's what language will be. Okay? So what that means is you can't just listen to anyone. There are too many varieties of English between accent and grammar and slang, right? Between those things and more, other cultural things, there are so many variations. That means that it's really important that you try to choose models for learning English well, right? Whoever your models are for learning English, you need to choose them well. That's my main point, okay? There are many reasons why language is not spoken well. It's not always because they can't, it's mostly because they don't need to. Okay? Zoe says, like, language isn't inherited, so not all natives speak well. One needs to pay attention to his or her language to get better. That's correct. Yeah. One needs to care. You need to care about language to have good language, but not everyone does. That's the main point. Language is something that we take for granted. So, most people don't even think about their language at all. Okay? Most people don't really care or pay attention to their language at all. Okay? And actually, it's in that environment when language becomes free, where there are no cares, there's no concern, there's no worry anymore, that's where slang develops. That's where colloquialisms and accents develop. Outside of the standard, right? When you're in class and they tell you this is the way, then you can't develop anything differently. But when you have this freedom out in the real world, language starts to become whatever it wants to become. Language becomes whatever it wants to become. Okay, it's a living thing. Okay? Warrior of God says, yeah, I want a more casual thing. Many people do. I think most people do. But here's what I'm going to tell you. What I'm going to tell you is I think it's really good to learn proper English at a certain standard. Not necessarily academic. I don't think that I'm speaking academically for the most part right now when I'm speaking. I don't think I'm speaking academically. Most of the time in my streams, I don't speak academically, but I do speak properly and carefully. I try to, at least. Okay? And I think casually. I think I don't come off too formally. I don't think. Right? So, formalness sometimes is really more about your personality, right? So I'm not a real formal dude. I'm a relaxed, laid-back guy, except when I need to yell at people. Right? I'm laid back. I don't really, the point is that as a teacher, I try to create an atmosphere of relaxation most of the time, so that people feel comfortable learning. Yeah, I do have to yell every once in a while because sometimes, unfortunately, people here are just so... They don't understand that it's a classroom. They think it's me, me, me. It's not a classroom, but you're wrong. This is a classroom, okay? That's what you should treat it like. If you treat it like a classroom, then you'll find everything is great. If you expect me to treat you like you're the special one, I don't do that. You apologize as a representative. Well, you don't have anything to apologize for. You've been fine. Yeah. Yeah, a good teacher should every once in a while snap at you a little bit. And yeah, I think everybody knows now that I like to talk to people. I really do. But I hope you understand that I take time out of my day to come here with a purpose. And when people come and just say, can I talk to you? That doesn't have a purpose. There's no purpose in that. There is for you, but not for me. So, yeah, people just want to talk, and it's just because they want to get what they want. They're not paying attention to the fact that I'm here to try to provide information for everyone, not just you. Okay? All right. So, that's why you should listen to people who speak well, right? And when you go on YouTube, search around. Search for people who speak well, right? Just find people who speak well. When you hear one, you'll know. When you hear one, you will know. When you hear a great speaker, You are compelled to listen to them. What does compelled mean? What does compelled mean? Yeah, to feel the urge to. That's right. And again, this is a similarity to music. Uh, Music also has a sense of uh, music has a sense of, if someone is playing something really well, if I hear a bass player or a guitar player playing really well, like maybe I walk into a music store and I hear this guitar player and he's just really good. As a drummer, I'm compelled to go listen to him. And I'm compelled to want to play along with him, right? So the same thing happens with a great speaker. If you hear a great speaker, you will be compelled to listen to them. And you'll be compelled to want to hear more and want to know more and want to try to be like them, the way they speak. Okay? So, that's a very important thing. Let me check on something very quickly, everybody. I'm sorry, I need to check on something. And unfortunately, it looks like I'm going to have to go. I have a message from my brother here. He's going to have to come get the dog, and then I have to go with him. So unfortunately, it looks like this is going to be a very short stream today. I will come back and do another one because I don't have time. But yeah, okay. I only got to teach 1 point. I only got to teach 1 point, unfortunately. I'm sorry, guys. Life calls. So here's what I will say again. If you're watching me, then I appreciate what you. I appreciate you. I appreciate your loyalty. I appreciate your interest. I'm glad that you like what I do. I hope you understand again that that's the frustrating part of doing this, where people want to just chat, and I get it. I understand, but it's not my purpose to just chat. It's my purpose to teach. Okay? And I know, who was this? You can add as a point to talk into two people, tell them what they need to fix, and this will help you generate more customers. Yes, I do that sometimes, Soha. I do. I do. But you have to come to the right stream. I don't do it for every stream. Okay? Some streams I have people up, and I talk with them and I help them. Some streams I just want to teach, and that means you need to listen, just like any good classroom. Okay? And again, Soha, you also need to remember that if you want private help from a real teacher, there is something that you should be doing. Do you know what that thing is? If you want private help from a good teacher, then what needs to happen? That's right. That's right, yeah. I'm sorry, but you have to remember this is my job, so people want to talk to me also because they want a free lesson. And technically, that's what you're getting when you talk to me. You're getting a free lesson when you get advice from me, because this is my job. Okay? So, I think it might be better if you just appreciate the fact that I'm spending time here to try to help as many people as I can to improve. Okay? You're a freelancer, so you get it. All right. You get it then. Okay. And again, you can go to my website and you can buy a private lesson from me. And I know that you might think it's expensive. Okay? And I know that many of you probably can't afford to buy many lessons from me. but all of you can afford to buy one. And if you buy one 30-minute lesson from me, I promise you it will be worth a lot more than what you paid. If I have 30 minutes to find out how I can help you specifically, I guarantee you will feel it was worth the money. Okay? So, I need to go, but I will see you in just, I will be back a little bit later. I'm going to come back later and try to do a stream later because I can't do one now. I'm busy, so I'll try to come back later to do one, okay? You can go to my website right here. Here's my website. Go to my website. You can also go to my YouTube channel right there, okay? All right. Thank you very much, Jordanella. I really do appreciate it. Okay, thanks, guys. I'm sorry I got to cut it short. I'll see you guys next time, okay? Bye.